Hello, and welcome to Ready, Set, Gospel, which is our newest opening from Sanctifying Grace, which will be a weekly gospel reflection presented by myself, Father Max, here at OMGC, our Mother Good Counsel Parish in Los Angeles, California, to wherever you may be in the United States and around the world. This week, we are preparing to read the Gospel of the Road to Emmaus, which is presented to us from the Gospel of Luke. And we are very, very excited to perhaps see how you might find some Augustinian flavor in the Gospel Weekly as we go through them. And as we journey together through the desert, through 40 days of confessions, I'm excited to have this weekly opportunity to go through the Gospel with you and prepare you for your Sunday journey. And it might be able to help you to get a little bit more out of your Sunday Eucharist as you go to your local parish and celebrate the gospel there. As we prepare to celebrate today, let's look at Luke chapter 24, where we will be journeying with the disciples on the road to Emmaus. Interestingly enough, we note that this story begins with two disciples that are journeying together. And that togetherness, that unity, is a very Augustinian theme. Note that in Augustinian spirituality, things are rarely done alone. Things are usually done together. And so the fact that there are two disciples on this journey is an important piece of interest that we need to note. Jesus journeys and joins with these two disciples who are leaving the town of Jerusalem, and they are going on the road to Emmaus. Jesus enters into or breaks into these two disciples who are journeying together, and he begins to do an interesting thing. First, he kind of almost annoyingly uh, gets into their space and asks what they're up to and what's going on. And the disciples are struck by this. They kind of say, well, who are you who seems to be the only person in the world who doesn't know what's been going on in Jerusalem over these last few days? And Jesus seems to play dumb and just kind of lets them explain their situation and what it is that's going on. And they do that. They explain what's going on, they explain their situation, and Jesus journeys with them. He walks with them. And then he does something very interesting. He begins to break open the scriptures before them. The road to Emmaus is, in its own way, the road to the Mass. Note how we gather together as a people on Sunday. We gather together having gone through the world and what it is that we are going through right now. We share what it is that's been going on, what it is that's been happening, the very mundane and the very dystopian or even the very complicated things that are going on in our world. And we share them. Jesus kind of asks us to break that apart and journeys with us, and then opens up the scriptures just as he does on the road to Emmaus. He walks with them. Note that we don't go to Mass alone. We gather together as a Christian people, journeying together. We break open the scriptures together. And Jesus, as he breaks open the scriptures and reveals himself through the scriptures, he also does something very interesting. As the disciples decide that they are going to stop for the day when they've reached their destination in Emmaus, Jesus seems to act like he needs to stop or needs to keep going on, not to stop. And as he keeps going on, the disciples say, no, stay with us, stay with us. You are here, you're part of our journey. And so Jesus stays, and they do something very interesting. As they prepare their meal, Jesus breaks the bread. And it's in the breaking of the bread that Jesus is made known to them. Before this point, he is almost like a stranger. But in the breaking of the bread, they recognize Jesus. And the gospel uses an interesting word. The gospel says he vanishes before them. Vanishes. Well, that's a strange word. That's a very dramatic word. It's a very sudden word. But vanishes here is something that points out the reality that Jesus is going to be made present for the remainder of time in the breaking of the bread. It's in the breaking of the bread that the disciples recognize Jesus. And it's in the breaking of the bread that the disciples recognize that Jesus is going to be present with them and there for them and will be sustenance with them. Note that this is them, plural, plural, plural. Very, very Augustinian. Always built on unity, unitas, never alone. And that is what so much of our world is desperate for right now. Not aloneness, but togetherness. We know the world of alone. We know the world of Zoom. We know the world of AI and technology and all the things that come with it and how that can keep us apart and separate. We know that we need to be together, that we as human beings are social creatures and we need one another. So we need to come together on Sundays. We need to come together and recognize that we need our blessed Lord to be with us. We need to know that we are journeying with one another, not apart from one another. We're not on our own as a trailblazer by ourselves. No, we are people of a journey walking together. And so I encourage you, to recognize in this gospel how Jesus breaks into our journey. Jesus gets sort of into our way and starts to say, what's going on? What's happening? Let me walk with you. And he does walk with us. And he breaks open the scriptures to show how they are part of our own story as well, that we are not journeying apart from, but we are one with. And in the breaking of the bread, he doesn't really vanish, he makes himself present before us, present with us, because he is Emmanuel, one with us. And this is the Lord that is one that is going to break open our journey and be one with us in our journey and will journey with us, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing to think about and to consider as we continue on our road with Christ. We want to thank you for journeying with us today. And we are here at Sanctifying Grace, which is a new apostolate of the California Augustinians that are going to promote unitas, veritas, and caritas, especially with the world right now, with our Holy Father Pope Leo, who comes from the Order of St. Augustine. We, the Augustinians of the province of California, have decided that it's time for us to get in the arena, so to say, and to be here with you on this journey here in the internet sphere and to present our take on what's going on in the church, in the world, in the gospel, and everything in between. So, this podcast is meant to be an assistant to you and to help you just to see where it is that the Augustinians might be able to be a support for you. We've felt that the other orders have had enough time on their own. It's time for the Augustinians to get in the center of the ring and to present our spirituality with you. We believe that our spirituality is a treasure and something to be shared with you and with others. We're about 2,000 priests and brothers in over 50 countries all over the world. I like to say that we're the smallest of the big guys. And so it's good that we consider how it is that the Order of St. Augustine and its charism might be something that might be able to be a support to you on your journey with Christ, and Sanctifying Grace is here to support you on that journey. God bless you.